Hey there, everybody! We're back for the next installment of the Channel Fortress. As you'll kind of see, the video length is much shorter than the previous videos, and while I won't guarantee this is going to be the length from now on, we're going to be cutting a lot more of the fat. We're going to leave in just the more interesting tidbits that we've got going on. And where we left off last time, we still have a glass dwarf stuck in his mood without any glass to work with, or any sand to make into glass. So, what do? Well, I move on to other things. I've still got some work to do on the farm area up here. I also cut over, I finally went back and renamed all the dwarves so that they have the channel names as I kind of record them, except for that last one, which is actually my brother's little screen name that he uses for everything. Like I said, I kind of just fished up names that, like, straight up were, easier to type in, not a lot of numbers in them. So, I'll probably hunt down some more next time around because, well, we're inevitably gonna get more guys. And down here, down in that pit, we finally get some digging going on, and we find that's a pretty decent chunk of magnetite, I think, is what that was. But there's definitely a lot of ore down there that we can mine up. And I set to work on digging outwards a bit more so I can figure out exactly what all is in the area, just in case there's deposits of anything else that would be potentially interesting in the region. And apparently, like in Dwarf Fortress, a certain cat has adopted me and is up here harassing me while I'm trying to do commentary. Right, so, you can see, oh hey, we're starting to dig out the next set of apartment areas as they were, and the elves show up. And I start sending things up to trade. I would normally cut all this out here, but that granite harp that I just put into the list of things that need to be brought up is going to play well, a somewhat humorous role here. You see, my guys show up. I'm kind of waiting. That building off to the left there, the mining designation right out there to the left there, is going to be the barracks, and then we'll get to that in just a couple. But the trader shows up, and you'll see that that harp is not here yet, but there it comes. And immediately upon dropping the harp into the queue, and some asshole drives by in a loud motorcycle, you'll see that he falls asleep promptly, like right there beside the trade depot. So, and I kind of edited out the trading. I think what I'll do from now on is show exactly what all we got in the trade. Like, I'll just kind of skim through the list after trades to show what all I've picked up, but other than that, I'm going to cut through. But as you see there, I managed to pick up some sand so we can make glass and hopefully save this dude from going insane. And as you see, no sooner is the glass actually made than the guy is running over to grab it and throw it into his wonderful, mysterious construction. And the barracks area there is finally getting cleaned out, or, well, designated anyway. Usually with barracks, I tend to like to put armor and weapon stashes in there, the stockpiles, so that dwarves can pick up gear and everything right there inside the barracks. But I think with this one around, I might go with a different plan. Maybe put it somewhere centrally so multiple barracks can get to the same stockpile. And as you see here, we're actually starting to finally get a great hall built in, some sort of meeting hall that has some decoration and some size to it. So hopefully within the next video we will get around to getting bit in the leg by some obnoxious cat. No, we'll actually get around to have a proper meeting hall. And hey, look at that, the glass ring is wonderfully crafted by our guy. Really, sometimes I don't even care about the artifact itself. It's just the fact that, one, you get a legendary guy out of it, and two, you save somebody from going insane, which is always a good thing. And I have a bad habit of hitting escape too many times to get out of menus, so that little... Ow. So I'm getting mauled again. So yes, I was just kind of showing off the fact that now he's legendary, and it has his little title as creator of whatever the name of the artifact is. And now that I've flooded that area over there, I can actually start to put the farms in and actually have materials to brew with. I'm getting my leg chewed off. Urgh. I don't know why I picked the most inopportune times to record, I guess. Dwarf Fortress editing apparently attracts animals to harass me. But, so now I'm getting the lever pulled, and we're gonna have farms going in there so I can actually brew my own alcohol for once, and have something besides egg biscuits to feed the dwarves. Because, at some point maybe they'll, get heart attacks from all the cholesterol that they're ingesting. So, after the mud's fire, well, technically you don't even have to wait until the water has cleared up. So long as it gets down to, I think, 1 of 7 depth, you can start to put in the farms. But I always generally kind of wait until it's already kind of in the process of evaporating before I start putting in farm plots and all that. And I kind of like working out the layout. And I already have the little stockpile over there, you can see to the right, of just the seeds. And I kind of need to work out a way to do some above ground farming, because I'd like to get the... When you trade with elves a lot, you end up getting fruits and seeds and stuff for plants that you can't grow underground. So we kind of do need to develop some sort of walled plot for above ground farming. And you can see, hey, our barracks is kind of straightened out a little bit. The only problem with the rooms being that I don't have enough doors currently to actually create rooms out of everything like I'd like to. So as you can see, we're getting to work on even more buildings, because we keep getting more migrants, and that kind of happens as your fortress increases in price, well, not price, value. So I figured, I kind of need to get to work on some different stuff. I need to get more housing in. I have actually worked on the hospital layout a little bit, and there's going to be sort of a storeroom. I'm going to have a general waiting area, and then specific rooms for patients themselves to to meander about in until doctors see them. I also might actually put the doctors' bedrooms themselves down by the hospital. That way they're kind of nearby at all times, but we'll get around to that in the sort of future of the entire hospital military maintenance type stuff that we'll inevitably dig ourselves into at some point. And I'm kind of trying to iron out all the building types that I need, because I want to get the layout of the different shops in place, even if I don't have anybody really to fulfill those roles yet. Like, I don't think I have a decent leather worker, but I'm putting the leatherworks in anyway, because I really do need to have that kind of stuff set up. And well, before I even actually put the leatherworks in, I'm like, oh hey, I'm going to need a tanner to, actually tan all the leather I get from butchering when I get around to actually having a, full stock of turkeys to butcher. So I put that up first. And I'm going to be chopping, unfortunately, a lot of trees, which, if you're an elf lover out there, then you're going to probably end up getting annoyed all the time by my constant chopping of trees, because I haven't found any actual coal supplies yet. And this office right here is going to be for the manager. Once I believe I might have designated him already, but I haven't actually put an office in, and that's kind of a requirement to having such a role in the fortress. So we're kind of ironing out a lot of the last bits and pieces of what I need to develop to have a working fortress. Now, once I get the actual layout and everything done and all the roles filled, then it's mostly kind of developing for any problems that are going to arise, which of course is going to be kind of goblin attacks. That's usually the main one I get to, until we start to explore and get into, you know, caverns and magma and all the awesome fun that is the underworld, as it were, which I haven't seen since the days of like the 40D ancient stuff. For some reason, this stray donkey. I think the stray donkey came in with the last wave of migrants, and I forgot to move him over into the pen, the stable area, the grazing room, because for some reason in this game, I guess the animals now aren't smart enough. The grazing type animals are not smart enough to move out on their own to go get food, which is kind of weird. But so we've got a fortress up and going. We do have some roles that still need to be. I do really need to put a decent amount of soldiers in, and we're kind of working to construct more doors so we can get more actual buildings set into the fortress. Because while I might have the barracks, I don't have an actual barracks room yet. And I kind of close off with the arrival of good old migrants. Another wave of them have come in. I don't really check them just yet because, well, I'll leave that to another video. I have a feeling a lot of them are going to be soldiers. Till then, though, have a good one.